watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio. I'm David Preston.
And I'm Roy Rossell on this Friday, September 8th.
We recently covered a tragic story about a Las Vegas man who shot his girlfriend and hid her corpse in his attic. Now, prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. RJ Camacho has this updated story.
James Gina III, the 50-year-old man who pleaded not guilty to the murder of Selena Rebels on September 7th, may potentially get the death penalty. Currently, prosecutors are handing the case to a review board to decide if the state will actually seek the death penalty. According to the police report, James allegedly shot his girlfriend, Selena Rebels, multiple times, resulting in her death, and kept the corpse in his attic for 2 days. He also allegedly was planning to rent a car to move the body when he was arrested. Should James Gina III actually get the death penalty, it'll be the first time Nevada has used the death penalty since 2006, when a man named Daryl Mack was executed for murder.
Well, a very important human trafficking awareness event took place in Las Vegas last month and was inspired by the film Sound of Freedom, and it is also currently playing in some theaters. News 25 reporter Fatima Marzette was there and filed this report.
In Summerlin, where council member Victoria Seaman and organizations Awareness to Prevent and Power to Parent have come together to host an event called the Kids Stay Safe and Stay Smart event at the Veterans Memorial Leisure Center on North Pavilion Center Drive to tackle trafficking here in Las Vegas. As trafficking is a growing issue, this event will expose and discuss the dangers of trafficking in our community.
As the human trafficking industry is growing, regardless of age, gender, and ethnicity, everyone is a target.
My mother, who was 16 when I was born, was trafficked by her own mother from the ages of 8 to 13, and the reason she was taken into foster care. This is the key reason I started advocacy for children in our community.
Statistics show that as many as 4 out of 5 children that have spent time in the foster care industry have fallen victim to human trafficking.
Facilities like Child Haven, and we're not beating up Child Haven, it's a place where a lot of our people who have been subject to this wind up, and then they wind up going there and inadvertently recruiting other people.
Keep our eyes open, be alert. Know all these steps that they were going over in the movies. I mean, I was not aware of all these, 1 through 10 steps.
And even if you can't trust anyone else, you can always trust me.
Important to always keep an eye on your children, especially if they are using social media. It has been proven that apps such as TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat have made it easier for predators to approach children.
Are number 2 in cities that for human trafficking. So that's why we're doing these events, because if we can teach parents or guardians or grandparents how these traffickers are grooming people, then we can stop.
To report pandering, trafficking, or potential victims of human trafficking, you can contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888.
And if you don't have people that are actively trying to buy victims of trafficking, you won't have sex traffickers recruiting people into this business.
In our previous story on suicide awareness, we spoke about the various resources one can reach out to help those who are contemplating suicide. In today's follow-up story, we talk about the benefits of therapy and things that may help one identify someone suffering from mental illness.
More than 7.1% of the population in America suffer from depression in a given year. That's 17.3 million Americans. In fact, it's estimated that globally, 5% of adults suffer from depression around the world, and depression can lead to suicide. Therapy is one option that can help one with their mental health. While not free, there are various different therapists to help with each type of individual. There are therapists that specialize in personal growth, veteran mental health, and those that specialize in LGBTQ+ related issues. There's a therapist for everyone out there. Right here in Pahrump, there's options such as Pahrump Behavioral Health Center, Nevada Behavioral Solutions, Pahrump Valley Counseling, and more. However, if in-person therapy is something that might raise anxiety for you, there's also mental health platforms for phone, text, and web-based interactions, such as BetterHelp. Therapy is one way to help your mental health become better and learn new and better coping mechanisms that can help you understand, become aware of, and fortify one's mental health. Now, let's talk about identifying depression or mental illness in general. Does someone you know or love constantly worry to a degree where it interferes with their daily life? That can be a sign of anxiety. Does someone you know or love have emotional outbursts or sudden and dramatic changes in mood, such as extreme distress or anger? Another sign. Does someone you know and love suffer from sleep problems? Things such as insomnia may have underlying issues, such as mental illness. Sleeping too little or too much are both indicators. Changes in appetite, never leaving their room, constantly irritable or sad, low energy or motivation, nearly teary all the time, losing interest in the things you know they love. These are all signs that someone may be suffering from a mental illness. If you are suffering from mental illness, or any of these aforementioned examples sound like you, it's a good idea to speak to and find someone you trust. For those out there suffering from depression or contemplating suicide, it can be a daunting and even frightening ordeal to tell someone how you truly feel deep down. However, if there's someone you feel you can trust, take that first step in opening up to them. It's important to not let your feelings stay bottled up inside. In fact, that can be the worst thing one can do to themselves when suffering from mental health issues. And if someone comes to you to speak about their mental health, just be there. When suffering from mental illness, even when talking is hard, just having someone there for them can make all the difference. Please keep in mind as well that children are not immune to mental health, depression, or suicide. When your child comes forth telling you about how they feel, telling you about contemplating suicide, or telling you that they're depressed, take it seriously.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, two parents are arrested after allegedly leaving their 3 children in a home covered in feces and garbage.
On August 31st, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to an anonymous call about alleged child abuse where 3 children, whose ages were approximately 2, 4, and 5 years old, were left alone in a residence and were reported to be autistic. Upon arrival, officers knocked and rang on the doorbell, announcing who they were, but no one answered, despite the officers stating they heard the sounds of children inside. According to the declaration of arrest, officers forced entry from the garage due to the exigent circumstances of possible autistic juveniles left alone and unable to care for themselves. All 3 were nonverbal and could not clearly communicate by speaking. 2 of the juveniles were located in an upstairs room which had a mattress that allegedly was covered in what looked like and smelled like human feces and urine. Dirty diapers were also allegedly scattered throughout the room and upstairs hallway, accompanied by bags of trash. Allegedly, the smell of feces in the room was so strong strong that it caused an officer to nearly vomit. According to officers, trash and feces were allegedly scattered throughout the house, and the juveniles were attempting to eat food from the floor in the kitchen area of the residence. The juveniles also allegedly had access to potentially dangerous items such as a box cutter, pens, and a pipe and marijuana, which was all within reach of the children, according to officers. The residents of the home later arrived on scene due to them both having noticed the officers in the house because of cameras. Both residents were identified as the parents of the children, Maria Carrillo and Shelton Thomas. Both were arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center under 3 counts of child abuse or neglect.
Tracy Cowles is here to tell us about her new app called Been There Life Coaching App that provides life coaches who have been there and helping those who are in need.
So Been There Life Coaching is a brand new app that you can download on Apple and Google Play. When you download it, just like you would a game or your weather channel or whatever you download from the apps, when you get it, you will be able to look at our catalog of categories of all sorts of different topics, things like grief, health and wellness, making tough decisions, eliminating toxic people, parenting children with special needs. The list is 125 plus long. When you click on those categories, you'll be taken to subcategories so that you can really hone in on the things that you want to talk about. And under those categories, you will find life coaches that have experienced that particular category. At Been There Life Coaching, our life coaches only coach on things that they themselves have experienced. So let's say that you have a 12-year-old child on the autism spectrum and you're struggling and you're fighting with the schools a little bit and your family doesn't really understand why it's so hard to maintain discipline. You can find a life coach who has an adult child who has gone through all of that, someone with experience who is just for you and who is unbiased and will give you some coaching on how to get through, maybe some resources on what to do next. Again, Google Play and the Apple Store, download the app. The app is completely free. You'll register. Once you go in, you can make an appointment with a life coach.
Well, now here is Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports today with Stanley Cup tour continued. 3-time Stanley Cup winner Alec Martinez with 4-time Stanley Cup winner Chris Draper. Wait for it, on a boat. Speaking of Stanley Cup, it will be at the Dollar Loan Center on Friday, September 15th from 5 to 6 p.m. for the rookie face-off game. You should go say hi to it. Las Vegas Aviators taking on the Sacramento Rivercats last night. Victorious 9-3. Rematch tonight at 7:05. Las Vegas Aces are back in action this evening. They are in Phoenix against the Mercury. Las Vegas Raiders regular season kicks off this Sunday in Denver against the Broncos. Pahrump Valley High School Trojan football are at Spring Valley High School this evening. JV started at 4, varsity starts at 6, and boys soccer are in Moapa Valley right now. The replacements are defending their Music Trivia Championship this Saturday at 7 o'clock at 5280 Mexican Grub and Hub. We'll see you there. That's your look at sports on News 25.
Well, Mikey's back to tell us what's cooking this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast.
Howdy. Here's what's cooking this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, we'll hear a song from a band from Sweden, the Countryside of Harmonica Sam. Born on September 6, 1942, Mel McDaniel will pay tribute to him. We'll pay tribute to one of the most influential vocalists of the 20th century, Patsy Cline, who was born on September 8, 1932, and we'll replay my interview with Pat Boone. His new album, Country Jubilee, was released today, September 8th, featuring the single Grits. He tells us how he likes his grits.
Well, I like a country ham and red-eye gravy.
That sounds delicious. I tried it with sugar once, and it wasn't my favorite. But...
Well, that's not, grits is not, I know a lot of people that put sugar or honey or something on it, but I like maybe a sprinkle of salt because it does not have in itself much flavor.
Don't forget to check out ClassicCountryBreakfast.com and tune in this Sunday morning at 8 to Classic Country Breakfast on Ace Country Radio.
We'll be back after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, Pat Lemming from Never Forgotten Animal Society is here to tell us about an active dog named Patches.
Today's Rescue a Pet segment is brought to you by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society in Pahrump. I have with me Patches. Patches is a 1-year-old hound mix. He is a very sweet boy. He is full of energy though, so he needs a lively household. He needs to be run, he needs to have toys, he needs to have a yard to run in. He's only a year old, but he is used to being in a home. He is potty trained and he loves being around people. As you can see, he's just a real love. He will be available here at Never Forgotten Animal Society. His adoption fee is $350. Includes his neuter, microchip, all of his vaccinations, and rabies certificate. He is available here. We are open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5 every day. Our number is 775-537-8674, and this is Patches. He's a 1-year-old hound mix. Very, very sweet, loving bulldog, but he does have high energy. He does need a yard, and he does need toys, and he needs to have someone that can work out with him and keep him busy so he can get all this energy out. So if you're interested, come on by. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5. No appointment is necessary, and you're welcome to come in anytime. Our number is 537-8674. Please stop by anytime.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it looks like sunny skies on Saturday with clouds rolling in on Sunday. John is coming up next to tell us more.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network and worldwide on the local BTV app. The app just wants you to be you. 86 degrees in Furley and Fallon. Weather Twins, top of the map. How adorable. We'll put them next to some other twins, and that'll be cute, too. Carson City and Tonopah at 84 degrees. Cool Spot Award winners and Weather Twins. Congratulations. 85 out in Goldfield. Aren't you being unique? 94 in Beatty. That's how they do it. 101 in Amargosa makes them the Hot Spot Award winner in Vegas. Perfect poolside at 99. Death Valley, miserable, 110. What do you want? Here in the Paradise Brump. Let's take a look. 96 degrees and loving it. 98 just a little bit earlier. Winds kindly out of the south-southwest, just 8 miles per hour. As the sun rose this morning at 6:21 a.m. in all its glory, hope, and promise, majesty, and stuff for the new day. It's setting this evening promptly at 7:01, and look for that in a low tonight of 73 degrees as we head into clear skies. It's going to be a beautiful sunset. Beautiful star watching tonight, and as we head on into the weekend, well, we got a little mixed bag. We got sunshine tomorrow. We got clouds on Sunday. Temperatures up to 100 degrees tomorrow. That's pretty much the epoch of the entire week. Temperature-wise, it'll be comfortably in the 90s. and low 90s throughout most of the week. No real talk of rain. A couple days of clouds on Sunday and Tuesday, but winds under 10 miles per hour. This is going to be actually a very, very nice fall week. Enjoying the weather and making good plans for the weekend. We'll see you on the other side. Back to the desk. Here's David and Rory.
Thank you so much, John. Well, Sleepin' Heavily Peace is having their American Build Out event tomorrow for bunks across America starting at 10 a.m. and they're looking for volunteers to come and help them build the beds out for needy children. Sleepin' Heavenly Peace is located at 2731 South Woodchips Road.
Well, that wraps up this edition of News 25. I'm David Preston.
And I'm Roy Rosell. We will see you on our next newscast, which is Monday.
Have a safe and pleasant weekend.
Good night.